This is LJ Motivi for you. Today I'm going to talk about a topic, but I'm going to try to just like kind of like make it a bit short. Or maybe some other time I'm probably going to elaborate because the same type of topic that is so interesting. But to talk about those type of issues, I think it's just going to take a really really long time. But on my video, I'm trying to really minimize the time. Anyway, now during this coronavirus moment, there's just so many people like kind of like sharing, with me a lot of things that they're going through with their partner, their boyfriend, that those that live with their boyfriend, and for those that are married and they live with their wife or with their husband, that they just find out that this period they really struggling to see eye to eye with their partner, that they can't stand each other. So during like knowing the fact that before that they were working, they were so happy just knowing the fact that one of them was out from the house or both of them were not in the house. But now they're stuck in the house whereby they have to look at each other like a picture frame. So and where they find it really a bit really uncomfortable. But me personally, I understand. um it, it's a bit tricky, the situation. Obviously, when you are dating or you're married to a person that both of you have not really sat down to ask yourself, how did you come into this relationship at the first place? Did you jump into the marriage because he was taking you to a restaurant, or he was giving you present, or he was nice to your family, or because he was just this Miss Prince Charming, or she was just like she was giving you like more of like she was showing you a lot of her body parts, or you just jump into the marriage because you were introduced to her, but you didn't get to really study that person, or maybe you just jump into that relationship because you met her in a nightclub, or you met her in a friend's party, but you didn't get to really know how everything just started really fast. Listen to this. How did you people start? Because everything in life, I believe, you always have to go straight to the foundation. Like, how did you guys started? Were you friends? That is one thing I say all the time, is that me personally, if you have a friend, friendship is exactly like a marriage. Friendship is exactly like dating, right? Now, before you start making friends with a person, you want to understand who that person is. What have they got that I can be able to tolerate them? Because I don't believe in dating a person and you're just looking at now. I believe that before you go into in knowing a person, you always have to look beyond now and see how in a long term, how this person I'll be able to just find myself in a situation that I have to look at this person all the time, beyond the big bomb, beyond the big boobs, beyond, how is the personality? I have to go a very good personality that they can complement what I have already. What do they have? It's like going to a job. The job want to know how can we retain you in a long term? Or is there something about you that we have to be worried about? Is there something about you that we probably maybe need to work on, that maybe we've seen some good aspect in you that we know that, okay, we can be able to take you on board? Or maybe there's just something that we know that in a long time you're probably going to influence other people, or you're probably going to make their business go down the drain. So the same thing happens when it comes to a marriage. Dating is not something that, it's a shame, because the new millennium or new people, like I mean the young people, or even most men, not just young people, most men or most women, we tend to like we jump that we want to work. We want to jump into it, but we don't want to take our time and work, and probably just get, take our time to discover, because we're thinking that we have to rush into things. I have got to understand one thing in life, that every good thing in life is never thrown at you very easily. Every good thing is in life take time to for you to start discovering, the beautiful things that that involve. But you can see some quality that will really make you understand that, wow, I think this person is really, really the type of person I really want to spend the rest of my life with, or this person, I've got some personality that I know that, yeah, they can really, really bring a lot to my life, that I will really, really want to wake up in the morning and just get to see that person. It can be that maybe they laugh a lot. It can be that maybe they don't really take things. They're saying things that they don't take it as, as seriously when it comes to just petty things, right? It could be that when you are down, they're ready to lift up your soul. It could be that maybe they just know that when you say, I just want to have a moment to myself, they understand and they're willing to just step aside without, like being on your face, or like kind of like picking on you, or try to poke on you, or try to make you angry. But they just know that in as much as we're dating, or in as much as we are married, we're different, separate human beings, that we still need to breathe, we still need to have our own space, we need to give each other some space, right? It can be in the same house. You don't have to live in the same house and feel that, oh, you have to be on each other's nose. No, you can be in the same house, but you will be bored when you don't have things that you're doing, or you don't have anything that is engaging you. So that's the reason why most times most couples will live together and they're picking on each other. They start looking for little things that they want to start arguing about. But when you live together and you know that, okay, listen, your husband wake up or your boyfriend wake up, right? You guys have had a breakfast, right? And you look around in your house. Is there something that needs clean? Is there something that needs tidying up? You pick up a book, you read a book, right? You read things, you watch something that is going to inspire you. Or you call your mom, your brother, your friends, and just have a little chat with them, but you engage your life and let him also and engage himself. Now that we're going through this moment of COVID-19, it doesn't mean that we should be stuck in the house all day. We still have the opportunity to go outside and still take a walk. And, so it's like a routine. You plan, what do? You communicate, you talk, and you try not to dwell on the negativity. Because remember, relationship is like a teamwork. If one team is not playing along, the other team is going to struggle, right? So most especially when both teams are meant to hit a target, but both teams have to come together anyway before they can be able to succeed in whatever that they are willing or they are dreaming to achieve. So the same thing happens in a relationship, right? That you guys have to communicate. If you have that relationship already, that you understand and respect each other's boundary, and you know that you've got a lot in common, that's one thing I say, that you should have a lot in common. You should have something that you shouldn't just date a person that you really don't have so much in common with. There should be a spark. That person should have something that you want to look forward to always see all the time. And let's assume maybe one of you are not very good at maybe keeping faith. The other person should have maybe a skill or a motivation that can also motivate the other person, that okay, now that we are home, we're not meant to, we can't go out, we can't really do anything. Now what do we do now? You can't, when you're stuck in the house just watching television all day, obviously you're going to be so bored. Obviously your brain is going to be signaling for saying things that is going to start bringing argument. But when you're busy with your time and you're engaging yourself by just knowing the fact that maybe one of you can motivate the other person and say, okay, let us go for a walk, or let us go to the park and do exercise. There are some things that we can also start building. Why some couple will argue, maybe one of them is very good at saving and the other person is very, very extravagant, whereby that person does not bring anything to the table. So sometimes it's very, very tricky situation, that if you don't understand, you probably be thinking that a couple are in the house, they're arguing, but what are they arguing about? Is it that maybe one of them just want to be watching television all day, and maybe they are children in the house that need some support? There are children in the house that need, maybe they're doing their homework or their home studying, and the other person is not willing to jump in and support. Because remember, parenting is not one person's duty, more especially for people that are living with their partner, for people that are living with their husband, right, or their wife. Is not meant for one person. It's not a duty that says that one person should be responsible in doing. It's a partnership thing. It's something that both couple have to invest rest and work on it. Because remember, this period is not a period that you have to leave one person to deal with the situation. It's a period that both of you have to work together and ensure that you're engaging the children and ensure that you're communicating. You're thinking that, okay, now we've done this today. Now, what do we do tomorrow? Or what do we do later? You have to communicate, because when you're not communicating, what are you doing? What relationship are you having? What marriage are you having? That's the reason why I always encourage anybody that marriage, you don't need a certificate, you don't need a qualification. You need you to work on yourself. You need you to work on your personality. Because remember, who are you also talking to? Right? Who are you talking to? Who are they? What scale have they got? What value do they have? So how do they inspire your marriage? How do they inspire you as a person? Because if you do not work on yourself, or both of you work on yourself and see what is not working well, why are we having this situation? Is it that we have to stop all this blaming situation, but we just have to look within us and ask ourselves a deep question. What is it about me that needs changing? What is it about me that needs to be looked at a bit more? Is it that I don't really know the person I've been sharing my life with because I've been just, hiding, like kind of like a denier, or you've been just keeping yourself busy and to escape society situation, right? So I think this period is a time that for you to really is a time for you to ask yourself some questions to know what needs fixing. But I'm very, very sure that when both couple, remember, both of you sat down at that first day. I don't know, maybe you went for a dinner. I don't know how you both came together, but both of you came together and you decided that you want to date each other, and you decided that you want to get married. That same way, you should be able to sit down again and communicate and ask yourself what needs fixing. Let us fix it now. This LJ Motivation.